Buccaneers lead the Panthers 13-7. Let's run down some of these first half stats from this game. Tampa Bay with 216 total yards in that first half. Carolina held in that first half to just 80 yards. 14-6 edge on first downs for Tampa Bay. Third down conversions, Tampa Bay 6 for 9 in that first half. Carolina just 0 for 3. 3 penalties in that first half against Carolina for 23 yards. Buccaneers were penalized twice for 25 yards. Both teams threw an interception in that first half. Take a look at some individual numbers from the first half. Bryce Young for the Panthers, 7 of 11 throwing the football for 75 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. 7 completions for Bryce Young went to 6 different receivers. Tetaroa McMillan, 2 catches for 25 yards. He's the only Panther with multiple catches. Bryson Tremaine, Jimmy Horn Jr., Tommy Tremble's catch is good for a touchdown. Mitchell Evans and Chuba Hubbard all with receptions in that first half for Carolina. For Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, 10 of 15 in that first half for 130 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. His 10 completions went to 5 different receivers. Cade Otton, the leading receiver today, 4 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. 2 catches for 34 yards for Mike Evans, 2 catches for 18 yards for Rachaad White, 1 catch apiece for Bucky Irving and Jalen McMillan. Running the football for Tampa Bay, Bucky Irving rushed it 14 times for 49 yards in that first half. Baker Mayfield rushed for 28 yards. And Rachaad White rushed it 4 times for 11 yards. 87 yards rushing for Tampa Bay in the first half. Carolina just 5 rushing yards in the first half, as they have done absolutely nothing on the ground. And Tampa Bay leads it 13-7, needing a win and a Falcons loss tomorrow to clinch the NFC South. Panthers simply clinch the NFC South with a win or a tie in this game. And we are just about ready for the second half kickoff. So here we go. Carolina will have the football to open the second half. Football on the tee. And the run-up and the kickoff. It's a touchback, and Carolina will get it at the 35 on their first series of the second half. Here comes Bryce Young and that Carolina offense. First down at the 35-yard line. Opening series, third quarter. Young under center this time. And Young will give it off to a handoff on first down. This will be a gain of about 3 to the 38-yard line. We'll bring up second down and 7 for Carolina. Rico Dowdle with the first carry of the second half. Second down and 7. Opening series, third quarter. Young going back in the shotgun formation this time on 2nd and 7. Young looking to throw, will throw right side, has the man, had to come back for it, but the catch is made at the 43-yard line, gain of 5. That'll set up third down and a couple. Jalen Coker with the reception for Carolina. His third year out of Holy Cross. Carolina's not converted a third down tonight. They're 0 for 3 so far, and they're going to need 2 yards on this one. Young looking, quick throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended for Coker again, but that was a little behind him, and Carolina going to have a 3 and out to open the second half. Even if he catches that, he was going to be a yard short of the first. Actually, I think he did catch it. Yeah, they are marking it a catch, so now it's going to be 4th and 1, and Carolina's going to leave the offense on the field, and they're going to convert on 4th and 1. So a 4th down conversion for the Panthers, going for it on 4th and 1 at their own 44. And they move the sticks and a first down. Chuba Hubbard picks up 3 yards on 4th and 1. Panthers keep the drive alive. First down at the 47. Young rolling right, and we'll just throw it into the ground. That thing did not get back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure there was a receiver in the area. It doesn't look like they're going to throw the flag, but second down and 10. Young just gets that play off before the play clock expires. And now Young to throw over the middle, has a man inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. That's McMillan again with a reception. And the Panthers are into Tampa Bay territory, 1st and 10. McMillan's been the go-to receiver today for Carolina and Bryce Young. Ball is at the 34, 1st and 10. Young will throw a backward. That's a lateral, I think. Well, they're calling it incomplete. That was close to being a lateral. It's 2nd and 10. He threw that at the 46. That thing went backward. The 41, rather. That thing went backwards. I mean, no harm, no foul. Dowdle picked it up, and yeah, then I was saying it's a backward pass. Yeah, that's... Todd Bowles was ready to throw the flag there. Young threw it at the 41, and that ball didn't hit Dowdle's hands at 41 and a half. Yeah, that... So they're going to mark it where Dowdle recovered it at the 41. So that's a loss of 6. Second down and 16. Young throws over the middle and in front of his receiver, incomplete. 3rd and 16. Third down and 16. Carolina yet to convert a third down today. Young out of the gun, takes the snap. Young looking over the middle, but the receiver's got a long way to go, and he's not even going to get close as he's up to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 5 for Hubbard. So you're looking at about a 54-yard field goal from here. And they're going to try it. They're going to bring on Ryan Fitzgerald. 24 of 28 on the season. His season long has been 57. This will be from 54 to try and pull the Panthers within a field goal. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it is no good. He hooked it to the left, and that will stay 13-7. And you're also giving Tampa Bay the ball off the miss at the 44-yard line. Bryce Young not happy with something, and he's discussing something with the side judge on the Carolina sideline. (13-7). Buccaneers will have it for the first time in the second half. Not sure what exactly Bryce Young was upset with there on the sideline. But it was something because he was letting the side judge have it. So we will see Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers offense for the first time in the second half. First and 10 at the 44. 10:27 remaining in the third quarter. It might have been Bryce Young being unhappy. I wonder if it went back to that play that was called originally an incomplete pass that they changed to a lateral. I just wonder if it went back to that play. So here come the Buccaneers from the 44, first down and 10. Their opening series of the second half on offense. And it's a handoff to Irving, and Irving up to the 48, gain of 4, brings up second down and 6. Second and 6 from the 48. Mayfield drops back. Mayfield's going to be sacked for the first time back at the 43-yard line. First Carolina sack today, it was Trevon Moehrig getting through and getting to Mayfield for the sack. Third and 10, back at the 44. Mayfield over the middle pass caught, but that's going to be short of a first down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 8, but the Buccaneers needed 10, and now what will they do on 4th and 2 at the Carolina 48? Mayfield's, he wants to stay out on the field, and what does Todd Bowles call here? On 4th and 2 from the Carolina 48, the Buccaneers are keeping the offense out there. Fourth and 2 from the 48. And the play clock's down to 0. I think they were just trying to get Carolina to jump, and it'll be a delay of game. Now, Tampa Bay will have to punt the football. So Bryce Young and Carolina will get the football back. Dixon on to punt. Etienne back to receive for Carolina. Here's the punt from Dixon. Etienne, fair catch, called and made at the 6. And that is where Carolina will start their second drive of the third quarter with 8:08 remaining in quarter number 3. 13-7. Buccaneers in front. Want to mention, following this game, I will be back on the live stream later on here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to have some college basketball on my live stream. Purdue and Wisconsin from Madison. That game coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Some college basketball on the live stream following this one. But we still have 23 minutes and 8 seconds in this game to decide a winner, barring overtime. Carolina will start this next drive. They're going to be backed up, though. They're at their own 6. In a 13-7 hole. So Bryce Young and the Panthers backed up at their own 6 to start this next drive. So here we go. First down, Carolina from their own 6. Needing to go 94 yards for a game-tying score. Game-tying score pending the extra point. They officially mark it at the 7, so that's where the Panthers will start. It's a handoff and going backwards on first down. This is going to be a 2-yard loss. Yaya Diaby with the stop there for Tampa Bay and a loss of 1 back to the 6. There has been nothing in the rushing game today for Carolina. 2nd and 11 back at the 6-yard line. Midway point, quarter number 3. Young out of his end zone. Young gets rid of it, and a nice catch there at the 10-yard line. Having to go back for it was Hubbard, and we do have a flag. Illegal contact against Tampa Bay, so that will carry an automatic first down. So the downs reset and a free first down for Tampa Bay, or for Carolina, after the illegal contact foul on Tampa Bay. First and 10 at the 11. Young. Man in motion. Young takes the snap. Young looking, throws left side, open receiver, 18-yard line, first down Carolina across the 20, up to the 24-yard line. That's Trimble again with the reception. Tommy Trimble had the touchdown reception earlier for Carolina. First down for the Panthers at the 24. Handoff to Hubbard. Hubbard up to the 29-yard line. Pick up a 5. We'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Second and 5. Down to 6 minutes to play in the third. And another handoff to Hubbard. Hubbard up to the 32-yard line. Couple yards shy of a first down. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Trimble lost his helmet there. Well, that thing just got ripped off. Trimble just had his helmet ripped off on the play by the defender. It was Servocia Dennis, the defender that just ripped off Trimble's helmet. 3rd down and 2. Carolina still 0 for on 3rd downs today, 0 for 5. Young throws. Open, man, that's McMillan inside the 40. And the Panthers are driving as the Panthers get their first 3rd down conversion of this game, and they drive it down to the Buccaneers 35. $33 yards. But we do have a flag, and it looks like it's coming back. So nullify the big gainer for Carolina. Oh, there's a push off by McMillan. That's what they got. So instead of a big third down conversion, it's 3rd and 12 after the offensive pass interference. Just getting that play off. On 3rd and 12, Young in trouble, gets rid of it and just throws it out of bounds. And the Panthers are going to have to punt where it looked like they had their first third down conversion of the game. An offensive pass interference brings it back. And the Panthers have to punt the football. And they have to punt from pretty deep in their own territory. Fair catch at the 31-yard line, and that's where the Buccaneers will take over with 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Still 13-7 Tampa Bay. Been scoreless in this third quarter so far. So the Buccaneers looking to hang on here for the win and then be big cheerleaders for the New Orleans Saints tomorrow against Atlanta. Saints have won 4 in a row here at the end of the season. So they're coming into that game against Atlanta tomorrow on a hot streak, although the Falcons have won 3 in a row themselves. Both those teams out of the playoff picture, but that game, if Tampa Bay holds on here, neither the Falcons or Saints are going to the playoffs, but they will determine who does. So with 4.5 to go here in the third quarter, we will see this Tampa Bay offense back out onto the field. Boy, McMillan's still yabbering over there on the sideline. He was none too happy with that offensive pass interference call that they called on him. There was a little bit of a push-off, and I think that's what they got. But he was having a long discussion with the field judge over there on the sideline. So here we go. Buccaneers have it at the 31, 1st down and 10. Still leading 13-7. Mayfield under center this time. Mayfield rolls out and throws left side, pass complete. This is going to be near a Tampa Bay 1st down. Actually, they're going to know it isn't because they're going to spot him out of bounds at the 38. So that's going to end up a gain of 7. Emeka Egbuka on the reception. He's 2nd down and 2, they say. At the 39. And here's the handoff on 2nd down. This will be a 1st down for the Buccaneers up to the 42-yard line. Gain of 3. That'll be enough to move the chains in a 1st down. First down, Buccaneers. Under 3.5 to go, third quarter, and counting. Mayfield takes the snap. It's another handoff to Irving. Irving up to the 48-yard line. Gain of 6 more for Irving. Brings up second down and 4. And another handoff to Irving. Irving at midfield and will be stopped there. And it'll bring up third down and a couple now for Tampa Bay. A big third down here if Carolina can get the stop. Tampa Bay's been very good on third down conversions today. They need 2 here, right at midfield. Mayfield takes the snap. It's another handoff, and it's going to be a first down carry for Irving. On 3rd and 2, he picks up 3, and the chains move once again for Tampa Bay, and another third down conversion for the Buccaneers. First down. Man in motion here. Mayfield drops back. Mayfield gets out of a sack. Still on his feet. And now Mayfield throws downfield and it hits the defender in the back. Incomplete. And now a flag comes in. A late flag. Otten was calling for interference. And he's going to get it. Nick Scott, the guilty party. Coach Canales wants an explanation. It was a late flag. Handoff here is going nowhere except back a yard. Sean Tucker brought down for a 1-yard loss as we have hit the final minute of the third quarter. 2nd and 11 for Tampa Bay. Handoff on 2nd and 11, and this will get inside the 35 to the 34, maybe the 33. And Tampa Bay will not have to snap it again in this third quarter if they don't want to, as we're down to 23 seconds. And it looks like the Buccaneers are going to be content to take this thing to the fourth quarter. So a scoreless third quarter in this one. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Tampa Bay when the fourth quarter commences. We've played 3 at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Buccaneers lead it 13-7. Needing a win to keep their NFC South title hopes alive. 15 minutes to decide this one. So taking a look at the stats through 3. Buccaneers at 247 yards, just 31 they had there in the third quarter. Carolina at 136 total yardage. Just 19 yards rushing for Carolina today. Carolina's been penalized 5 times for 46 yards. Tampa Bay penalized 4 times for 35 yards, both teams with a pick. Buccaneers do have a 12-minute time of possession advantage. Baker Mayfield, 12 of 17, passing the football for 146 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Leading target today is Cade Otton, 5 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans, 2 receptions, 34 yards. Rachaad White, 2 catches, 18 yards, 1 reception apiece for Bucky Irving, Jalen McMillan, and Emeka Egbuka. Running the football, Bucky Irving, 19 carries, 66 yards. Baker Mayfield, the next leading rusher, he's carried it 3 times for 28 yards. Rachaad White's rushed it 4 times for 11 yards. 106 yards rushing for Tampa Bay in the game. For Carolina, Bryce Young, 12 of 19 for 117 yards, a touchdown and an interception. His leading target tonight is Tetairoa McMillan, 3 catches for 44 yards. Tommy Tremble, 2 catches for 21 yards and a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, Jalen Coker, 2 catches apiece. But again, only 19 yards rushing for Carolina. As we begin the fourth quarter, 3rd and 8 for the Buccaneers from the 33 of Carolina. Mayfield drops back on 3rd and 8, still looking. Now we'll try and get it with his feet, and he's not going to be anywhere close as he's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line. So you're looking at about a 48-yard field goal. If they try it and make it, it would put the Buccaneers up by 2 scores. How will Todd Bowles play this on 4th down? They are going to bring on McLaughlin. He's hit 2 today. This would be from 48. Looking for a 9-point lead. Snap is good. Kick is away, and the kick is good from 48 from Chase McLaughlin. And that extends the Tampa Bay lead to 9, 16-7. With 14:12 to play. That was a 9-play, 39-yard drive. Took 5 minutes, 18 seconds. And it's capped off with a Chase McLaughlin 48-yard field goal. And it is now a 2-score lead for Tampa Bay. So now the Panthers. This, you would think, is a must-score drive. Something. You're down 2 scores and you're in the fourth quarter. So Bryce Young and the Panthers, who have not done much in the running game today at all, needing a score on this drive. Tampa Bay getting set to kick this football back off to Carolina. And here's the kickoff. And a touchback. So back again comes Bryce Young and this Carolina offense. Been held under 200 yards today. They will have a first down. On first down, Young rolling left, throws short, pass complete. Gain of a couple, 2, maybe 3 yards. Up to the 38-yard line will bring up second down. Jalen Coker with the reception. Second down coming up for the Panthers. Second and 7. Young takes the snap. Young throws a screen pass to the right side, and this will be a first down and more across the 50, 45, 40, and brought down inside the 40-yard line. Rico Dowdle with the reception of the screen pass, and that goes for 25 yards and a Panther first down. First down at the 37. Young. Another throw to the right side. That's a reception and out of bounds at the 32. That'll go for 5. Xavier Legette with the reception of 5 yards. Second down and 5 for Carolina. Football sitting at the 32 of the Buccaneers. Nearing 12 minutes to play in the fourth. Young might be changing the play here. Young takes the snap. Young being pressured, gets rid of it, incomplete. He tried to get it to Coker, but overshot him a little bit, and it's third down and 5. Tampa Bay was bringing the pressure on Bryce Young that time. Third down and 5. Carolina 0 for 6 on third downs today. Young on third down with time, throws, pass caught, and finally a third down conversion for Carolina. That hit did not look good, however. Legette does get up, but a little hobbly. He went down kind of awkwardly there. Good to see he is going off under his own power. First down, Carolina at the 20. And I lost the football, and who's got it? It's a fumble, and the Buccaneers have recovered. Again, I think it was a wet football, and it was a missed handoff there. And the Panthers' second turnover of the game is a costly one. Well, Young gave it off to Dowdle. Dowdle tried to throw it back to Young, and he slipped on the wet grass. What a way to turn it over for your second turnover of the night. And that is a killer for Carolina as they were driving. So the Buccaneers, now with a 9-point lead, can start working on this clock a little bit with a 2-score lead. $11:07 remaining. Buccaneers get it back, up by 9. Again, following this one, Seahawks and 49ers. Winner of that game wins the NFC West and also will be the number 1 seed in the NFC and get the bye in the wild card round. So here comes Tampa Bay, first down, following the turnover. Football sitting at the 29. And it is a handoff to Irving. Irving brought down at the 32-yard line, gain of 3. Buccaneers may try to keep it on the ground and start working on some of this clock. Second and 7. Football at the 32. Mayfield rolling to his right this time to throw downfield. Open receiver. Pass is caught and out of bounds at the 50-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay. The reception for Tez Johnson, rookie out of Oregon. First down right at midfield. Mayfield with the handoff. And getting into Carolina territory and brought down at the 48, maybe the 47 was Irving. Second down coming up for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers going to be very content seeing this clock tick down. We're down to 9:15. and counting. 2nd down, 7. Football at the 47. Mayfield takes the shotgun snap. Mayfield throws. Pass complete. That's going to be another 1st down for the Buccaneers, as that is the first catch tonight for Chris Godwin. But it's a big one to move the chains again. First down, Buccaneers at the 39. And this is White up the middle, and White will pick up a couple. Bring up 2nd down, 8. Clock continues to run as we approach 8 minutes to play. Second down and 8 for Tampa Bay. Mayfield fakes the snap, throws it to Otten. Otten will have another 1st down inside the 30 to the 25. Another reception for Otten. Sixth reception today for Cade Otten for 75 yards. And has the touchdown reception from Mayfield. 1st down at the 25. And we have a whistle before the snap. It's going to be a false start on Tampa Bay. And that'll make it 1st and 15. I think that was Otten that jumped early. First and 15. First and 15 back at the 30. And this looks like a draw play to White, and White gets inside the 25 to the 23. There's a good 7-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Clock continuing to run as we're down to 6.5 minutes to play. Todd Bowles and the Buccaneers doing what they need to do, win this game. They still need a little bit of help tomorrow. White again, and White will get up near the 20. Setting up 3rd down as we will go under 6 minutes. Third down and 5. Mayfield on 3rd and 5. Mayfield looking, now has to roll out, now continuing to look. Mayfield to throw it right side and has his man. That is a catch, but it is going to be short of the 1st down by a couple of yards. Now do you kick it again to extend the lead to 12? Was another reception for Otten, his 7th of the game. Leaving the offense out on 4th down and 2 from the 17, and now Dave Canales throws out the challenge flag. The only thing I can think of he'd be challenging is a completion, but it definitely looked like Otten had the catch to me. I mean, you're down 9 points. Oh, did his left toe come down on the sideline out of bounds? That might be what Dave Canales is challenging. I missed that the first time when they showed the replay. Is there green in between the sideline and Otten's toe? Can't really tell on the sideline angle they just showed. And of course, with instant replay, it's got to be indisputable to overturn the call on the field. So they are looking at this to see if it is going to be it's either going to be 4th and 2 or 4th and 5. You're talking about a 3-yard difference here. It's going to be 4th down either way. So the call is actually overruled. It is now called incomplete. They say Otten came down out of bounds. And does, on that other angle, it does look like his left toe was on the white. So now they're going to bring on McLaughlin for his 4th field goal of the game. It's 3 for 3 so far. This one will be from 38. This would extend the Buccaneers' lead to 12. And it's blocked! Carolina blocks the kick. And that's going to keep it a 9-point game. So special teams there for Carolina to keep it a 9-point game. Cam Jackson, the one that blocked the field goal for the Panthers. So Carolina still with a glimmer of hope here. With the margin still 9, they're still going to need 2 scores. But would have needed 2 touchdowns if it would have gotten to 12. Cam Jackson with a field goal block, and now the Panthers have it at the 28. 1st and 10. $5:12 to go in the 4th. 1st down, Carolina at the 28. Low snap to Young. First down. Pass caught, but immediately dropped right after the catch. And Carolina going a little bit of hurry up here. That was Leggett with the catch. Second down and 5. Young looking, throwing, open receiver, pass is caught. Up near midfield. That'll be a first down for Carolina. Again to the tight end, Tommy Tremble. .436 to play. First down, Panthers. First down right at midfield. Panthers in a 9-point hole. Young. Screen pass. And that's going to be a big loss on first down, as that screen pass was read. Rico Dowdle loses 5 on that first down screen pass. Second and 15. Down to 4 minutes to play. Young. Looking. Young turn and rolling out. Throwing left side and out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 15. Third down and 15 for the Panthers. They need to get to the Buccaneers 35 for a first down. Definitely 4 down territory, you would think. 9 points down, 3:55 to go. Young. Throw, pass is caught, but immediately dropped after the catch. That's a gain of 7, but it's still going to be 4th down and 8. Bryson Tremaine with the reception. Fourth and 8. This is probably ball game here, as we're down under 3.5 minutes. Ball at the 48-yard line. They need to get to the 40 for a first down. I erroneously said the 35 a couple plays ago. Young. Throwing deep and has a man. He's got it. Inside the 10 is McMillan to the 8. First and goal, Carolina. A big 4th down conversion as the pass goes for 39. First and goal, Panthers. And if they can score on the north side of the 2-minute warning, it would help, as Young throws that out of the back of the end zone as there was nobody open. Second and goal. .231 to go in the 4th. Tetairoa McMillan is now the second rookie in Carolina Panthers franchise history with over 1,000 receiving yards. Second and goal at the 8. Young just gets that snap off. Young left side. Touchdown, Panthers. Jalen Coker with the reception, and we have a 3-point game with the extra point pending and 2:25 to go. Well, he was covered well, too. That was just right on the money. Well, Benjamin Morrison was covering Coker well, but Coker able to make the catch and the touchdown. This extra point would make it a 2-point ball game. And it is good. And it is a 2-point game with 2:27 to play. That was an 8-play, 72-yard drive. Took 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Bryce Young, 8-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Coker. And Carolina still with all 3 timeouts. So Tampa Bay will now need to drive down the field here because Carolina's given themselves a chance. So all 3 timeouts plus scoring on the north side of the 2-minute warning. This is a returnable kick from the 8 across the 20, 25, and dropped at the 29-yard line. And that's where the Buccaneers will start with 2:23 to go. First down for the Buccaneers. From the 29. So, boy, how crucial was that fumble on the drive prior for Carolina. Handoff on first down to Irving, and Irving will be stuffed after a gain of 2. Let's see if the Panthers use a timeout. They will with 2:17 to go. So Carolina takes a timeout on the north side of the 2-minute warning. 2:17 to go. It's 2nd and 7. And another handoff. And this will be a gain of about 4. Second timeout, Carolina at 2:12. So they're left with 1. So if Carolina can get the stop here, They're going to give themselves the football back. It is third down for the Buccaneers. It's third and about 2.5. Does Tampa Bay risk a pass here, or do you just keep it on the ground? Actually, they're marking the ball back at the 35, so this is a good 4 yards on third down. Mayfield rolls out and is going to throw it, and it's a first down across the 40, 45, 50, and down to the 45 of Carolina. A big play call on third down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to play. Can the Buccaneers close this out and keep alive their NFC South Division title hopes? Another big play from Mayfield to Otten that may have saved this game for the Buccaneers. Now Carolina with just one timeout left. So now if they do stop the Buccaneers, they will be able to get the ball back, but only with about 20 seconds left. Again, I'll be back on the live stream here in about 45 minutes for some college basketball action. Purdue and Wisconsin from Madison. That game is coming up at the top of the hour. But still some unfinished business here with 2 minutes to play. Buccaneers looking to close this out and keep alive their NFC South Division title chances. Buccaneers will need an Atlanta loss to New Orleans tomorrow. So 2 minutes to play. Buccaneers up 16-14. They have a first down and 10 following that big third down conversion. Carolina is not eliminated with a loss from the end. They can still win even if they lose here, they can still win the NFC South if the Falcons beat the Saints tomorrow. Handoff on first down to Irving. Irving stopped after a gain of a couple. Final timeout, Carolina at 1:56. Be second down and 8. From the 43. Carolina, no more timeouts. Another handoff to Irving, and Irving will get to the 41. So Tampa Bay will not have to snap it until about 1:11. They may let it tick down all the way and take a timeout. Tampa Bay still has all three. It'll be 3rd down and 6. And that looks like what the Buccaneers are going to do. They're going to let it tick down all the way and take a timeout, which they will do right now with 1:11. So first timeout, Tampa Bay. So if Carolina can get the stop here, they'll get the ball back with about 20, 25 seconds left. They do only need a field goal. This is a must stop on 3rd down for any chance. Third down and 6 from the 41. Mayfield will hand it off to Irving, and Irving will be stopped at the 38. And again, the clock running. 1 minute and 34 seconds, so Tampa Bay can take it down to about 27 seconds and take a timeout. Will they bring on McLaughlin? He had his last field goal attempt blocked. 4th down and 4. And the play clock expires. So it'll be a delay of game, and I think the Buccaneers may bring on the punting team to try and pin Carolina deep. So with 26 seconds, Tampa Bay does bring on the punt team. See if Carolina will send the house to try to block this. Carolina is going to bring the house to try to block this punt. And what do we got? Final timeout, Tampa Bay. Or second timeout, Tampa Bay, rather. Before the snap. I think they were trying to get Carolina, see if they could get Carolina to jump. But no dice. So Bryce Young will need some kind of dramatic comeback here. There is nobody back for Carolina. They have everybody on the line to try to block this kick. They don't. And it'll take a Tampa Bay roll and be downed at the 3. With 16 seconds to go and no timeouts, Carolina backed up at the 3-yard line. Career long for Fitzgerald is 57 yards, so Carolina will need to get to the 39, which is 58 yards away. 58 yards in 16 seconds with no timeout. Well, actually, they've added 2 seconds back to the clock, so 18 seconds. So Bryce Young will need some kind of miracle magic here to pull this out for Carolina. First down. Young throws, pass caught, but tackled in bounds. Down to 10 seconds. Down to 5, and Young will spike it with 3 seconds. So this is going to have to be the old hook and ladder. As they got it down the field, but the tackle was made in bounds. And we're down to one final play, barring a defensive penalty. So here we go. 3 seconds to go. I don't think Young can throw it 79 yards in the air to the end zone, so this is going to have to be a deep one and then the old hook and ladder. Or you can throw it deep and hope you can get a defensive pass interference. Here we go. Young throws over the middle, and now we've got the lateral game. At the 40-yard line, the lateral back, the ball is dropped, the ball's on the ground, and this one is in the books. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers stay alive for the NFC South title as they win it 16-14 over the Carolina Panthers, and now the NFC South will be decided on a game tomorrow where neither team can win the division. The Saints-Falcons game tomorrow will decide who wins the NFC South. If the Falcons beat the Saints tomorrow, it's the Panthers winning the division. If the Saints beat the Falcons tomorrow, Tampa Bay wins the division. 16-14, the final score. Buccaneers win it. Final stats in this one, Tampa Bay ends up with 338 yards of offense. Carolina ends with 283. Tampa Bay had the ball for 15 more minutes today than Carolina. 3 costly Panthers turnovers in this one. Buccaneers penalized 6 times for 45 yards. Panthers penalized 5 times for 46 yards. Individual numbers in this one. Baker Mayfield, 16 of 22, 203 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His leading receiver tonight, Cade Otton, 7 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. 2 receptions for 34 yards for Mike Evans, 2 receptions, 18 yards for Rashid White. 1 catch apiece for Tez Johnson, Bucky Irving, Jalen McMillan, Chris Godwin Jr., and Emeka Egbuka. Running the football for Tampa Bay, Bucky Irving rushed it 26 times for 85 yards. Baker Mayfield, 31 yards, rushing on 4 carries. Rashad White rushed it 7 times for 23 yards. Tez Johnson, 1 carry for 5 yards. 140 yards rushing for the Buccaneers, 198 through the air. For Carolina, Bryce Young was 24 of 35 for 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Jalen Coker, the leading receiver, 6 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. 4 catches, 83 yards for Tetaroa McMillan. 3 catches, 38 yards, and a touchdown for Tommy Trimble. 3 catches, 22 yards for Xavier Legette. 2 catches for 27 yards for Bryson Tremaine. 2 catches, 20 yards for Rico Dowdle. 2 catches, 7 yards for Chuba Hubbard. 1 catch apiece for Jimmy Horn Jr. and Mitchell Evans. The running game, just 19 rushing yards for Carolina today. As the Buccaneers win it 16-14, and will now wait for the Saints-Falcons game tomorrow in the 1 o'clock window to see who wins the NFC South. So that's going to wrap it up here on this live stream. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube, and on Twitch today at Sport Guru John. Also do have content on Kick at Sports Kick John. You can follow me there as well. I'll be back at the top of the hour for a college basketball live stream between Purdue and Wisconsin. Again, that is coming up at the top of the hour. And again, Seahawks 49ers tonight, just after 8 o'clock Eastern time. Winner of that is the NFC number 1 seed. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I'll be back in a little bit on the live stream for Purdue, Wisconsin college basketball. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today, and I'll be back on the live stream here in a little bit.